Thanks for joining me today. Very excited to begin work on my 1971 Fiat 124 Spider 1600cc. Bought this recently from the very original owner who had it parked for over 40 years. Go back and watch my last video where I give you a recap of the whole story behind this car. But today, getting my hands dirty, and we're going to start by tearing the engine apart. We're going to clear this out. We're going to take a good look at what's going on under the hood. Remove any old hoses, fuel lines, radiator hoses. Everything that's just been brittle and ancient is going to get done. It's going to get taken out. Fingers crossed, I'm also going to start work on the engine itself. I'd like to see how it feels, but if I'm lucky, I'm going to turn that engine over by hand a little bit and maybe get just a feel for the compression this thing might be able to hold. Pending that goes well, I really would like to get that head pulled off very soon and see if we can get the head gasket replaced and do everything that this thing needs to be a top-notch running car. And pending how well it looks, we might have to do a whole engine removal, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's get to work. Okay, so I've made pretty good progress just getting everything cleaned out of here. All the hoses removed, the water pump's off, radiator's out, the battery is cleaned up. All the fuel lines I've pretty much removed from this area. The fuel lines, like I said, I went ahead and drained the oil. I might add a little bit of oil because I feel like I'm going to go ahead and try to just crank this engine over a little bit by hand. The timing belt is in excellent shape. It has some tension on it. I opened up the valve covers and the valves look excellent. The tappets look really clean and in really good condition. So before I pull the head, I want to go ahead and just see if it'll move, if it'll turn freely, And then I might go ahead and see about doing just a really quick compression test just to see if there's really any chance that we've got a bad cylinder or multiple bad cylinders. So let's just see what happens when this is the first time I've tried to attempt to turn this engine. And if it turns a little bit, I might go ahead and just do just a valve clearance check, and just to see if the valve train is in spec or if it's way out of spec. So let's see what we can do here. It's a good chance this thing won't even turn. But feels like it's pretty seized here. Yep. So a few weeks ago, I squirted WD-40 down all the cylinders, and with just the hope that maybe it would free this thing up a little bit. So that's not a good sign. All right. Well, I'll double check, make sure I didn't forget something. Oh, it might be in gear. I don't think it would make that much difference, but let's take it out of gear. Make sure it's not in gear. Okay, it's out of gear. It was in gear. I don't know if that would have really, I think I still would have felt a little play even if it was engaged. But yeah. Yeah, that engine feels pretty seized up. Okay, well, now I just need to decide if I want to pull the head off first or just try to get everything out at once. And I don't have a lift, an engine hoist. I don't have an engine stand, so I have to figure out what my next steps are going to be. So, we'll have to figure it out, I guess. If you guys have any ideas or any comments on the best way to go about that, likely I'll just have to go ahead and get some more equipment and go from there. All right, let's keep on working. Okay, fast forward a week, and I've had Marvel's mystery oil soaking in all 4 cylinders, and I could see through the spark plug holes that number 4 was still holding some oil, but it had seeped through all the rings on the rest of the cylinders, which leads me to believe that number 4 is obviously probably the seized cylinder, and I still can't get anything to move when I crank down on the crank bolt. So my next course of action here is just to start pounding on number 4 here with a block of wood and see if we can get it to move. So let's try that. Okay, quick recap. Some good news. I was able to break the cylinders loose, got it moving. A little clunky at first, but feels to be moving pretty smooth now. You can see there's a little bit of carbon deposits kind of showing up on top here. Maybe we'll hit that with a wire brush or something, just try to clean that up, but not too bad overall. No damage, at least to any of these pistons that I could see. The cylinder walls actually feel pretty smooth. There's a little discoloration in each one, but they cleaned up pretty nice. So I'm gonna spend a little more time just cleaning this up. I got some parts I have to get, as far as the tensioner bearing for the timing belt, some other miscellaneous stuff obviously needs to be worked on. I think I'm just gonna slap the top back on and just get a baseline compression if I can. Looking at the head gasket is Surprisingly good shape. No holes or any damage. No cross between any of the cylinders. It's obviously pretty gunked up with some old oil and old coolant. But overall, everything actually looks pretty good with the head gasket, which leads me to believe that it was in good shape. So we'll end it on a good note here, and we'll move forward from here.